The annual Consumer Electronics Show is in full swing in Las Vegas this week, featuring the latest breakthrough innovations from the world of tech. Joining us now to take a look at some of these new gadgets and gizmos is Brian Cooley, editor-at-large for CNET. Brian, good to see you.
Thanks, Phil. Good to see you.
All right, let's begin with health-related tech. It's been a big trend at the conference this year. What are some of the things you're seeing?
So a lot of things are using facial scanning to determine your health and what conditions you might have. This is different than a lot of other devices we might have worn in the past that can pick up on our signals. So for example, from a company called Neurologics, there's a new app called Anura. And what it does is it lets you take a 30-second video clip, kind of like a video selfie of yourself. And from that, it can tell, they say, with future FDA clearance, whether you've got some hypertension trends, whether you've got issues with heart health, maybe if you've got indications that you may be at risk of stroke. Now, this sounds pretty amazing, right? But it's based on a technology called photoplethysmography, try saying that again, that takes a look at the flow of blood under the skin, which cameras have been used to do for some time now. So it's not like they've made this up, and there are a number of companies that are using this technique to analyze your health.
If we had the time, I'd ask you to say it 3 times fast. I'm sure you could.
I can do it.
I'm sure you could. Brian, auto manufacturers love to feature their latest innovations at CES. Love looking at these every year. So what breakthrough vehicles have you seen, or even technologies this year?
Well, you know, number one headline we knew coming in here was going to be the new electric Ram pickup truck. It's not the first electric pickup. We had Ford F-150 Lightning, and now coming soon this year is going to be the Chevy Silverado electric. And then in 24 will be this Ram. So 1, 2, 3, the 3 big trucks, 3 years in a row. Why this is important is because they've always said, industry pundits and such, if you can sell electric to pickup truck buyers, you can sell electric to anyone. Partly because pickup truck buyers have heavy-duty needs. They are very loyal to their brand and their powertrain, big V8s and diesels. And they often live and work in areas where electric infrastructure is the most unlikely to be found. But all these car makers have done their analysis and say, these are all going to be conquered with these trucks. So it's amazing what a big bet it is.
Oh, you've seen it. What do you think about that? Do you think they'll be able to sell electric to this base?
I think so, with the one major condition being infrastructure in a given buyer's area. So electric infrastructure can be very different if you're in Montana and you drive 3 hours to the job site and 3 hours back and use the truck while you're there to power some of your power tools, which is a big feature on these trucks, versus if you are a contractor in Austin, Texas, or Portland, or in Boston, and you can get back and forth to the job in, 18 miles of driving. That's a completely different world.
Right. You need to have chargers everywhere, too.
Right.
All right. So what are some of the more practical items that you've come across, things, say, that, may wind up in our homes?
So here's one that I think is really interesting is a robot that is a home yard robot. It's called Yarbo, and it's a little tractor that is self-driving, figures out where it should go, and it has 3 attachments. One is a leaf blower, one's a snow blower, handy in a lot of places right now, and the other one's a lawnmower. And you put the attachment on and say, go do your thing. You show it roughly where your yard is and where you don't want it to go, like where your begonias are planted. But it has sensors to figure that out as well. And then it goes off and does these chores by itself. What I like about this is you see a technology product for the home that is taking an entire chore off of your plate, which is the grounds of your house. Different than some of the robotic vacuums we've seen that all they do is vacuum. And then you still have to do the wet mopping and clean up yourself. Well, the most recent robotic vacuums also do wet mopping. I like to see tech that takes on an entire chore as opposed to just part of it, and this yard robot is kind of going that direction.
Yarbo, is this the kind of thing they put a price on yet? How much does something like this cost?
This one's on Kickstarter, and so it's a new company. It's a startup. The models I've seen are currently sort of promotionally priced between $2,800 and $3,600, depending how many of the attachments you want and such. So let's say full list price might be, I don't know, $4,000 to $5,000 if that's how it came to the market. So it's not cheap, but you wouldn't expect it to be for the kind of heavy-duty gear it is.
Yeah, well, then it better not go after the roses for sure.
Yeah.
All right. CNET editor-at-large Brian Cooley, thanks so much for taking the time to break down these gadgets for us. Do appreciate it.
Thanks, Phil. Enjoyed it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.